Okay, it's time to play the Rhino today. And yes, these are all filmed in the same day, of course. Yes, the Rhino. 0.29 dispersion. Not too bad. And yeah, that's like about it. Hold down wise, he gets 190 turret armor. And it is all sloped. So it's good enough. If you use heat, it's about a 50-50 on this. This is a weak spot, which is super annoying. The good old pyramid of Giza, as I'm going to call it, is on top of the tank, and unfortunately, when you aim down to make your armor better, because you can use up to 10 degrees of gun depression, the big old pyramid of Giza decides to just stick up on top of your tank and show itself to everyone who wants to shoot it. Meaning, if you're in close proximity to a Rhino who is hold down, you can easily pen it right there. So, yeah. Mind you, that's kind of a good thing, because if this didn't have that, it would be a real pain in the ass to try and kill when it's hold down. Not unpennable, but it's still a bit of a pain in the ass. Reload time. They're long. Like 18 seconds and 47 seconds to fully reload. You know what they should have done? They should have just carried on the tradition of this gun, and it just increases the alpha. But what they should have done here is kept it at, say, maybe give it 420 alpha and just make the reload time a bit shorter. Like, is that so hard? I don't know. It's tier 10 after all. Like, it's meant to be good. Ammunition loadout. The most annoying ammunition loadout on the planet. 33, which isn't a lot of rounds, and it's all odd numbers, so it's horrible. Also, they decided to just boot the loader out. Don't need him anymore. So now you only have a driver, gunner, and commander, meaning that your little loader that's been sitting there, training safe stowage, has been happily in his tank, and then he gets to a tier 10, he's gone. See you later. Yeah. I have no idea why. I guess he's not needed in this tank, right? So you're going to have to retrain certain things on the gunner now, such as safe stowage, or alternatively, just look at all the perks he now has. Like, you can have snapshot, which he's already got as a gunner, but you can have adrenaline rust, intuition. Like, why couldn't you just make it for a crew tank? If you're telling me that an ELC even 90 is the same crew as this, what? Like, seriously, just make it so that there's a loader, and the entire line then makes sense, rather than people having to find a way of converting everything and then messing up their crews and whatnot to try and get your bloody gunner to now be the loader as well. Like, it annoys me so much when crew members do this, and when Wargaming does this, to just suddenly, oh look, you've upgraded your tank, we've got rid of one of your crew members for no reason. So yeah, should we just get into the game before I end up rambling on about how annoying the crew system is in this game? Oh yeah, by the way, this thing's blind as all the rest of them are. But yeah, you're not going to want to use the coated optics, because this gun handling is interesting, let's say. Okay, so we are on red shear. Don't know what to do. I mean, we go here, but look at this reload. Oh my god. Also, someone playing Arty in Common Test. Anyway, as you can see, the speed of this thing isn't bad, but look at this dispersion. Look at it. This is with IRM. That's awful. And we're still loading the second shell, just for all of you keeping note. It has been 30 seconds. And now we have another 13 seconds. Very good. Don't you just love how long it takes to reload? It's absolutely fantastic. And I mean, let's be honest, like, it doesn't matter about these other two. 14 seconds to fully load and 4-second interclip. Let me just say that again. 4-second interclip, which means it's worse than the other. What are you doing? Which means it's worse than the other two, which somehow that apparently happens. You killed my driver? Oh, you went straight through the low player. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I didn't really think that that was possible, but apparently it is. Are they going to peek? I don't really know what the test server players are like, so apparently not super intelligent. Wow, okay. Rhino Heat is interesting. For 490, this does feel... It feels okay. But at the same time, this reload time is still way too long. Like, it's just... I don't know, it's really annoying to play with this long reload. It's like, why would you play this tank over an SD2, a 5A, like any of these tanks? Why? I don't understand why you would do that to yourself. I mean, the standard rounds for this tank are good. At 1.4 shell velocity is really nice. 750? What? Okay, that is awful. I thought the tier 9 heat was bad. That is genuinely bad. Like, oh my god, what the hell is that? I'm sorry, I'm trying to track him for you, but, you know. Yeah, like, that heat, shell velocity, is shockingly bad. It really is. Let's see if we can get some shells here on some people. I know there's an FV at the back. Oh no, he died. Okay, that's good. We might be able to get a shot onto that Escapola. Yes, we can. Very nice. We might even be able to get a shot onto his engine deck. Oh, beautiful. Very nice. I'm now going to wait. 10 seconds to reload the second shell isn't too bad. After you fired, obviously. That's not too bad. That's manageable. I don't think he can shoot through that, but I really don't want to test that, to be honest. I don't think he can do that. Can he? I don't know. And... okay, the answer is no, he cannot. But I can shoot... should we try that again? I can shoot onto... Max, your aiming is absolutely fantastic. There we go. And now we have the god-awful reload for the next 17 seconds. Oh my god, we're stunned, so it's like 20-something. Yeah, I'm not waiting that long. Can we ram this guy to death? Yeah, sure, why not? Ah, beautiful. Great. Yeah, this reload's long. We'll go into another game and just see how we play in this one. Okay, so we get Ghost Town. Not my favourite map, but it's okay. Yeah, this... I don't know, man. Like, this tank... I don't see the point of it. Like, why would you play it over anything other than the really, really bad tier 10s? And like, you need to compare it to the very bad tier 10s, like the Type 5 Heavy. And even the Type 5 Heavy, I think I'd prefer to play that over this thing. Like, at least with the Type 5 Heavy, you get better DPM. Yeah, it's... I don't know. Actually, no, I wouldn't prefer to play the Type 5 Heavy. No, that thing's awful. But like, it's just such an awkward tank. I don't actually know how good the like frontal armor is. Okay, that's thank you. Thank you very much. If this guy's going to try and side scrape like that, then I can pen him. It also feels really bad when you miss a shell, because you can really feel it. Like, you can really feel when you miss a shell in this tank. It's good enough to pen the I mean, mouse, please. Like, I mean, that 277 had fun, right? Thank you. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to just push forwards. I'm done with this. I'm not sitting there. Let's test the armor of this thing. How good is the armor? We can't really pen the mouse's cheeks. It's a bit awkward, actually. If we go like this, I'm not sure if we can, or what we can do. It's 50-50 if we pen the cheeks of the mouse, which is okay, I guess. But like this DPM, man, like I need to be firing right now. Even with the second shell, it's slow. It feels slow. It really does. I mean, this is more that the people just don't know where to shoot at this stage. But yeah, there we go. Now he's shot. I don't quite have the gun depression, but I should be able to put one into him. And I just need to keep bouncing it, but yeah, I don't know. The armor's not insane. Definitely not a chieftain. Definitely not a chieftain. A lot of people were concerned about this tank and its turret, and were comparing it to like a chieftain, but it's not a chieftain. You don't have to worry about that. It is definitely not a chieftain. I really want to see where they penned me, but I can't because I don't have battle hits. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to think about this a little bit more, and I'll see you after this game, and I'll share my thoughts. Okay, so after this game is over, yes, we done 2.7k damage, which isn't great, right? I've come to my conclusion about this tank. This tank is, like all the rest, it's just playable, right? The problem being with this tank, it has the Pyramid of Giza, as we've already established. But there's another rather big issue with this tank. That is this gun. You might be like, well, yeah, the gun's not very accurate. No, that's not what I'm on about. I'm on about the actual arm of the tank. You see, the problem is, when you're fighting, it's never normally one person, like you saw when I was playing. It's usually there's a few people. And as soon as they go a little bit right, or a little bit left, they can pen this. This is not thick. Okay, if you go at this angle, you can pen the gun. If you go at this angle, you can pen the gun. Meaning that this armor means absolutely nothing, because if you try and side scrape like this, they just pen the gun. So one, it can't side scrape unless it's side scraping with the turret like that. And from far away, yes, you're not really going to do anything against it, unless you get super lucky and hit that. But the gun is so bad, like with the dispersion and stuff like that. that you're going to need to play at close range, right? Unless you want to sit there for half an hour aiming. Because 1.7 aim time, you might think, yeah, that's really good. It's not good because the dispersion values of when you're turning the turret and stuff like that are awful, which is why you need IRM and V-stab. So it just comes to the conclusion, this tank is not good. Like, it's just, it's not good, it's okay. It's like the rest of these. Although this tank is good / playable, whereas this is in the same kind of boat. But this thing, being at tier 10, I don't think it's very good. Yes, it needs this weak spot here. It's a very small thing to hit, right? It needs it, otherwise it's going to be a little bit too much to try and, pen it every time, right? However, it's just such an awkward tank to try and protect yourself with. And it's good players are going to, do okay with it because, like, they know what they're doing. Or at least, much better players than me. I don't know what I'm doing with this thing. I don't like it. I don't like the design of it. It's super, super awkward when you're on a ridgeline and you have someone to your right, because even if they're at the tiniest little bit of an angle like this, they can shoot you. That's super awkward. And really, really, it's one of the worst weak spots that I've seen. Not to mention that it's a 50-50 with heat if you go through here. This is about 270. I looked it up on TankGG. This is about 270. The Great Pyramid of Giza, however, is 180. This is legitimately a weak spot that an IS-7 can pen with AP rounds. Rejoice, you IS-7 AP users. You have a tank, finally, from 2012, where you could actually pen a weak spot with AP round. Imagine that. But really though, like, all jokes aside, this thing is like, it's really well armored, but at the same time, so badly armored. All depending on where the angle is. So yeah, that is my review of this tank. Well, it's not really a review, it's a preview. You can't review something in 2 games or 3 games or something like that. You need to spend time with it over a certain number of games. I would say at least 10 to kind of get a good idea. And I really don't want to play 10 on a test server. Because one, it's a test server. You can't really test something on the test server because everyone's just firing gold. A bit like the live server. But unfortunately, everyone is able to get tier 10s. And yeah, it's not really the same as the live server. So you can't really do a tank review in the common test. But yeah, that's been my review of it. The gun, pretty bad. Like, DPM is just awful on this tank. Completely awful. It takes so long to shoot. And it's really punishing when you don't have... when you miss a shot. So, yeah, that has been my little preview of the tank. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you didn't, feel free to leave a thumbs down. But if you did enjoy, leave a like. It helps me out a lot. And leave a comment on how I can improve or whatever. And yeah, I'll see you all hopefully in the next one.